Let's get into FCE NBA mock draft. This damn near might be an hour. I ain't gonna cap. This might be an hour long, but this is our first mock draft ever on this podcast. We haven't done it because, no offense, they don't care about the draft. So I'm really excited to do this one with somebody that actually knows the prospects, watches the college game, and just wants to do a mock draft. So this is our first FCE mock draft. Let me read these comments real quick. Sorry, Francisco, I got to you late. A normal Doncic season will be enough to win MVP. He ain't capping. Charles think he will, but he never does for some reason. Lakers 50 wins, and he got it. If he put up 38-9 and they get 50 wins, there's a chance. There's a chance. But with the number 1 overall pick, the Dallas Mavericks select. You go.
Oh, Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag.
I think we can
Hey, everybody know that. Yeah.
So we're gonna alternate. I
was just gonna say let's alternate. Yeah.
So you go. Since you went first, I'll go. Then So yes, Cooper Flag to the Dallas Mavericks, easily the best versatile player. We know a Cooper Flag. With the second pick, this might be shocking. This would, mind you, this would be for Ace Bailey BS. The Spurs select Ace Bailey. Now look, you talk about it all the time, bro. They don't really need another point guard, especially if you're going to keep this core. Now, I get it. He's 6'6", athletic, all that. But, bro, I think they need more of another 4 to pair with Victor Wembanyama in the front court than another point guard that, if they do this, that he could potentially play the 3 or just be the backup. Now, could Ace Bailey potentially start right away? I don't know. But I think he has a little bit more upside than Dylan Harper, and this is a position of need for the Spurs instead of getting Dylan Harper. So Ace Bailey to the San Antonio Spurs.
Number 3 pick, I got VJ.
I'm saying go.
My second pick.
Yeah. Then you start. So you'll start with 3, but then I'll say my third, and then So
second pick. Well, yeah, I had Dylan Harper for this second pick. One, because if they trying to go get KD, I think they might have to trade De'Aaron Fox. Because it makes no sense. I mean, if you're gonna draft Dylan Harper, it makes no sense to have 3 guards on your team. That makes no sense at all. And then having Dylan Harper as your backup point guard, that makes no sense at all either, because he's an all-star caliber type of player, and you got him on the bench. But I got that, and then on top of that, all the reports are saying that they're gonna take him. So I put Dylan Harper at 2.
So you think so if they do this, you think they just have to trade De'Aaron Fox or something?
Yeah, you have to, because you got to make the money match, and then if you send Keldon, Devin, and Jeremy Shohan for just KD, you eliminating your depth. And the Spurs are not a dumb organization. You know what I mean? Like they're willing to move on from their best player. They moved on from Jajante. They moved on from Kawhi. They're not scared to trade their players. They traded DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge when they were helping them out. So it's like I don't think they have a problem trading De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. Yeah, so go. It's your turn.
My number 3 pick, VJ Eshkom. I've been saying it from the get-go. I like his fit with them. I like what he brings to the table as far as athleticism, defensive versatility. And then he's a good catch and shoot guy. So yeah, I got VJ at number 3.
With my number 3 pick, I do have VJ Eshko. You talked me into it. I think they do draft another guard that could potentially play like that 3 spot, maybe even a 2. He might start over Jared McCain. You never know. But like you said, athletic, all ball scorer, can get to the rim, downhill. I think that is what they're missing. They do just need another scorer, especially, let's just hypothetically say Joel Embiid is out or any of them are out. You have that another go-to type scorer on your team that's not afraid, that can go get a bucket. So yes, I do have VJ Eshkom. I think it would be actually a good pick for them. With the number 4 pick, I have the Charlotte Hornets select Dylan Harper. Look, You pair him next to LaMelo Ball in the backcourt. He could play alt ball, and LaMelo could play alt ball. You just need another guy in the backcourt. You can slide Brandon Miller to the 3, Miles Bridges to the 4, and everybody still works out. I just think they just need another. They just need another backcourt because really LaMelo never had another guy in the backcourt with him, and I think we can probably say he's a better defender than Melo. We can probably say that. So I think they just need just another defensive guy, but just another guy that can also run the point too, because they really don't have another person that can run the point, maybe off the bench, but another person outside LaMelo on the starting line that can run the point. So drafting Dylan Harper with number 4, I think that could be a good move. Then the Hornets, we talked about it. They could potentially be a play-in spot.
Uh, yeah, I get what you're saying. But if that was the case, they gonna have to put the ball in Dylan Harper's hands because, as far as shooting, he's not the best of a 3-point shooter. But Lamelo can catch and shoot. Lamelo's the better 3-point shooter. So if they draft him, they would definitely have to put the ball in his hands and have Lamelo play the 2. But for the Hornets, it's crazy because I got them drafting Knipple. I had Knipple when they had first announced the draft lottery. I had Knipple going 5 to the Jazz, but with all the reports coming out lately saying he's had an amazing private workouts, he's shooting the heck out the ball, and I think that's what the Hornets need. The Hornets need another shooter in that starting lineup, and on top of that, Knipple, he's not a lockdown defender, but he plays hard. He hustles. He makes all the winning plays. He gives maximum effort on defense. So I think that'd be a good pickup. Between having him and Brandon Miller in your backcourt, or because he's like 6'5", 6'6", so he's not small at all.
Yeah.
So you can either put him at the 2 or you could put him at the 3, and then have Brandon Miller and LaMelo be your ball handlers. And like I say, he's a great shooter. So if you hit him in the corner, it's knockdown. Um, so I got Knipple at 4.
There you go.
And then 5, I got Ace Bailey, especially with all the rumors of him not wanting to work out for these teams because he wants to have a lot of minutes right away. The Jazz are about developing their young guys. You see that they sat Lauri Markkanen multiple times throughout the season so that young guys could play and develop. And then on top of that, I don't think Lauri Markkanen is going to be there starting next season. So now you get Ace Bailey. You can build your team around him. And he can take all the shots he wants. He can get all the minutes he wants, and he has that path to stardom that he's looking for.
Oh, I get it. At number 5, the Utah Jazz select. I don't know if it might be shocking you. I don't know. They get Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson. I know they have a lot of guards, but I anticipate Clarkson is gone. Colin Sexton is gone. Keontae George. I will ask you, is Trey Johnson a better player than Keontae George and Isaiah Collier?
I think him and Keontae is like the same player. I think they like
Okay.
legit the same player. I think he might be a little bit better, more consistent than Keontae, but they literally have the same game.
Okay. I really didn't know. That's why I wanted to ask you. But yeah, I think they just need another scorer in the backcourt because maybe Isaiah Collier isn't starting caliber. I don't think he's like the starting caliber. I think he'd be your backup, or maybe even Keontae George. But I think Trey Johnson. I think he was high on him even during the college season, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think you liked him a lot. So they just need another scorer. He averaged 19 points for Texas last year. So just getting a natural scorer and the shooter, I think that's what the Jazz been missing. Like, it's really just Lauri Markkanen. Then after that, pick your poison with whoever next. At number 6, the Washington Wizards select Con Knipple from Duke. Look, the Wizards need a lot of stuff. They're kind of moving in that right direction, but just to get another 3-point shooter, potentially maybe in the little front court, because I was thinking, let's just hypothetically say they have Jordan Poole, Bub Carrington. You could slide Con Knipple, but I feel like he might come out the bench to start. But hypothetically, just stay start. Then you have whoever, Alex Sarr. I think it helps spread the floor for them, and I think they just need more shooting on that team. And Con Knipple was one of the best best shooters. He shot 40% from 3 in college. So I got Con Canupo to the
Uh,
Wizards.
number 6, I got Jeremiah Fears. Um, I think Fears will be great for them. Although they got Bob, and they got Jordan Poole, I still feel like they're searching for their point guard of the future. And I like Jeremiah Fears' upside more than Bob Carrington's. He's quicker. I think he's a little bit more athletic. Only thing with Fears is he's a great point guard. He has vision. Um, only thing with him is, his shot has to get a little bit more consistent. His 3-point shot has to get a little bit more consistent. But other than that, like I said, he's a great distributor. He's athletic. He's quick. I think he has higher upside than Bob Carrington.
So is this with Jordan Poole not being there, or do they just start in the backcourt together?
Him and Jordan Poole, him and Jordan
Yeah.
Poole starting the backcourt together.
Okay. I don't mind it.
At 7, I got Trey Johnson to the Pelicans. The Pelicans, they need some
Ooh.
off the bench scoring. He's not gonna start obviously, but I think Trey Johnson, he's a great off the bench scorer. I think he could be that volume shooter, that 6 man that they need. He's a really good shooter. He's athletic. He makes tough shots. And he's not scared of the moment. So I think the Pelicans, and he can play right now. So I think the Pelicans go with Trey Johnson at 7.
Now with the Pelicans, I had Jeremiah Fears. I
Mm.
had him going here because I think eventually he probably, even if it is Trey Johnson, Jeremiah Fears, hypothetically, but I think they start. There could be a chance they start kind of in the middle of the year. If the Pelicans
Well, they
are
still
bad,
know.
well, that's why I said
They
in the
still
middle
got
of the year.
CJ.
Well, if they trade him,
Mm.
he could start if they do trade him. He could. Him
What
or
about
trade.
DeJounte?
Shots ain't come back no time soon. Ain't worried about him. That man chilling. He went. What's her name? He chilling. He ain't worried about us. But another scorer like Trey Johnson may not be the scorer. I just think he needs to improve 3-point shooting. When I looked, I didn't know his 3-point shooting was that bad. He shot 28% from 3 last year. That's bad. It's terrible.
Trey Johnson?
No, Jeremiah Spears.
Jeremiah
Jeremiah
Fears.
Fears. Yeah, he shot
Yeah.
28% from 3. I was like, damn, that's pretty
Yeah.
bad. But he's really just a scorer. He just needs to work on his 3-point shooting. Then he could be good. And if he does come out the bench, another bench scorer too. I think this is actually one of my like best picks. I feel like I made, honestly. So I like it. But Trey Johnson there too. It's not the worst. I was about to say New Jersey. The Brooklyn Nets select. Can't pronounce his name. Kaprizov Jakunis. Point guard from Illinois. Yes. The Nets ain't going nowhere. If you need this guy to build around, you got the point guard that you need. Playmaker, can score. I mean, when I was looking at the stuff, they say he can damn near do everything, and you've seen him up close, so you know what he can do. So they say pass, can shoot, 3, just a legit point guard. And if you want to start a franchise with somebody, you need that legit point guard on your team. Why not pick Jakunis with the number 8 pick? So I got Kaprizov Jakunis to the Nets.
Yeah, I got him too. I got him going to the Nets too.
Okay, we own it.
I think that he's 6'6", so he's a big guard. Only thing is he's not that athletic. But he's 6'6", he can rebound. I think he averaged like, what is he at? Let me see. He averaged 15, 5, and 4, and basically 15, 6, and 5 last year for Illinois. So he could rebound, he could pass, he could score, he could do a little bit of everything. I think that he's a decent 3-point shooter. Like I said, only limitation is athleticism, but having him at your point guard, I think that would be a good start for them to rebuild around 18. So yeah, I got him going.
You think that would be a legit good pick for them?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think he's nice. I don't think he should be the cornerstone, but he's a good piece to start off with. At number 9, I got the big man from Duke. I cannot pronounce his name at all.
Malawach.
Yeah.
Just say
Malawach. Malawach. I got Malawach going to the Raptors. I think, Puddle doesn't really fit the timeline of the Raptors, and they're trying to go younger. And I didn't know that he's like 7'1", 250. I did, and then they said his wing,
He is, yeah.
he got a 7'6" wingspan. I'm like, dog, what? I thought he was smaller than that. I thought he was
I
like
thought he was
Derek.
too.
I thought he was like built like Derek Lively. I thought he was real skinny and frail, but he's not. Obviously, he's a big guy. And they said he put on a lot of more muscle during the offseason. They said he worked on his offensive game, and his jump shot looks a little bit more fluid than it did at Duke. So yeah, I'm going with the Raptors. He's a good rebounding defensive big, with potential to expand his offensive game. So yeah, and then he's very mobile, and agile. So yeah, I go with him at number 9 to the Raptors.
I thought he was like 6'9" or 6'10" looking at him on TV. I didn't think
Bro,
he was
he's
7'.
7'1". He's 7'1".
7'1"? Damn, he's tall. I swear I thought he was like 6'10". Maybe because he don't look big. Maybe
Mhm.
that's why. Because he just looks like like not a skinny dude, obviously, but it's a tall, not swole dude, I guess. So I didn't
Mm.
just wasn't thinking like he's 7 feet. Damn, I'm surprised. But yes,
250. That's what surprised me. The 250. I was like, damn, he 250.
with the number 9 pick, the Toronto Raptors select Kaman Malawatch from Duke. Yes, we got the same guy. He didn't average that much. He only averaged 9 and 6. But like you said, he can shot block, he can rim protect, he do all that, and I think that's what they need. I don't think Pirtle is like this defender type big man. And again, you said
Mm-mm.
he doesn't fit the timeline. I think bringing in a 7'1" guy who protects the rim and is just a defensive presence, especially with a tall, lanky team like the Raptors, I think that helps
Mhm.
them moving forward. And just picking the center that does fit the timeline, it definitely helps them. So I think the Raptors, if they do keep this number 9 pick, I think they will select him at number 9. I think this will honestly be one of the best picks in the
In
draft if
the
they do
draft.
select him.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
liked it. And number 10, now this where it get kind of, yeah. The Houston Rockets select Carter Bryant from Arizona. Arizona. Look, he came off the bench, and the Rockets are a deep team, but lateral quickness, can block shots, real good on defensive end. He fits what the Rockets do. We know they are one of the best defensive teams in the league, so why not get another defender to come off the bench, play defense when you need to? Could he score? Probably, but needs to improve on his finishing. He, like I said, only averaged 6 points and 4 boards, but he will improve on that later down the line. But just getting a guy that fits what the Rockets' identity is, that's the guy you pick at number 10. So the Rockets get Carter Bryant.
Yeah, number 10, I had Carter Bryant too. Like you said,
Ooh,
it's all about fit. I think the Rockets are the good. He's 6'6", he can play D. He's like more of a 3 and D. He shot 37% from three last year with Arizona in the 19 minutes he played. But like I said, it's all about fit for them. They're getting defensive wings, 3 and D guys, that fit their defensive scheme and fit how their team plays, because I think they're gonna trade some of those guys, honestly, to try to get KD or try to get whoever next season, because they can't pay all those guys. You got too many fours over there anyway. So I think they draft Carter Bryant to replace one of those guys or two of those guys or whatever the case may be. At number 11, I got Noah. Ooh, I don't even know how to pronounce bro last name. That's a Genu or whatever like that. He plays for Germany. Um, he's a 6'10" big. I think that the Blazers, they gonna have him. He's like more of a power forward. He's really good defensively. I think like with the Blazers, it's a fit for them. Big athletic wing, 6'10", like I said, whose defensive can be a defensive impact in the NBA right now. My offensive game needs a little bit more work. But I don't think Jeremy Grant's going to be there. I think they're going to get off that contract next year. And then, like I said, he fits the Blazers well. They got a bunch of 3 and D guys over there, bunch of fours and wings over there. So, just like with the Rockets, I think it's more of a fit thing.
Oh, that dude. Oh, that dude. I know who you talking about. Because I was thinking, like, who you talking about? But he from Germany, right?
Yeah, from Germany.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about. At number 11, the Blazers select Colin Murray Boyles. Like you said, you get another athletic wing, a little bit undersized, but like you said, Jeremy Grant not gonna be there. And I think if Jeremy Grant's not there, he carves out more minutes with the team. He averaged 17 and 8. And I think he could be pretty decent. I've seen a lot of mock drafts, and a lot of people have him high. He was really good at South Carolina. So add him to that group of young guys for that team. They can make some noise. And I think he could fit perfectly for what Chauncey Billups have them doing. So Colin Murray Boyles to the Blazers. At number 12, for your Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Bulls select Derek Queen out of Maryland. Look, man, we both Chicago natives. We know what's going on. They're going through it over there. But you just need another big man. You need another young big man. I think the only thing that hurts him is just he's undersized. He's not like 7 feet, he's like 6'9". But I think he can do a lot of stuff for a big man. I think he can run, can handle the ball for a big man too. He can score. He can give you about 18 points. He averaged 16-9 this year. Even though college is a different story, but I think they just need another big man that fits the timeline, just another scorer to go along with that group. And he has like the Josh Giddey that will feed him the basketball. And I think that will help in his development. So the Bulls draft Derek Queen. I think it would be a great fit for the Bulls.
Yeah, at number 12, I got Derek Queen as well. Like you say, he's sick. He measured at 6'9" without shoes, so he's probably about 6'10" with shoes on, with a 7-foot wingspan. 250. He's a great rebounder. So that's gonna translate immediately to the NBA. He can stretch the floor. He can shoot a little bit, even though he didn't shoot the best percentage in college from three. He still showed the mechanics that he can shoot. So he could pick and pop a little bit if you need him to. He has post work. He's a really polished big. The only thing is defensively, he's not that great defensively. And how will he compare to the 7-footers that he faces once he gets to the league? But like you said, if they need to go younger, Vucevic is probably gone before the season. Before the season starts. So like you said, they need to go younger and get a younger big. So I got Derek Queen going 12 to Chicago. 13 for the Hawks, Atlanta Hawks, I got them drafting Jace Richardson. Jace Richardson, last year with Michigan State, he averaged 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 41% from 3, so he can shoot the ball very well. And the Atlanta Hawks need a backup point guard. I know that they had Cason Wallace's brother, was it Keon Wallace or something like that? They had him. And I think they had what's bro name? What's the little light skinned bro? Lefty. What's his name?
You talking about guards?
Yeah, guard.
It's the dude.
But regardless of the fact, they need a backup point guard. They need a backup point guard. And Jace Richardson, he showed that he could play make. He showed that he could shoot the ball from 3. He isn't a liability defensively. He still works on D. So yeah, I got them selecting him. What's it? I'm trying to find bro name. I can't even find his name. But yeah, I got them getting Jace Richardson.
At number 13, the Atlanta Hawks select Igor Denham from BYU. Look, the Hawks are bad as a defensive team, and he brings the defense. And with this team, he doesn't really need to score. It's not like we're asking him to drop another 20. We got Jalen Johnson. We got a Kongwu. Dyson Daniels' offense has improved. And we have year 2 of Zachary Richardson. And like you said, he could be a backup point guard, come in, get everybody else involved. A really good defensive guard. And he's tall. He's 6'8".
6, yeah. Oh, he's 6'8". I thought he was like 6'6".
Yeah, that's what they say. He's 6'8". That's what they said. That ain't the point. 6'8", 6'6", whatever. But he's just a tall guard, defensive skills. It's just his offense needs work, but he will eventually get that. And there might be times he plays with Trae Young, and Trae Young has that defensive guy right next to him in the backcourt. So the Atlanta Hawks select Igor Denham. At number 14, the San Antonio Spurs select Asia Newell from Georgia. again, I know I said they got another four, but look, you can't go wrong with too many fours, and especially like he was good last year for Georgia, and then it's like you don't need him to come in right away. He has a defense. He's a really good defensive forward. Offense is good enough. Probably needs to improve the 3-point shooting, but that will get ahead. That will work eventually. So they just need to get stop. They just need to stockpile on young players, and this pick might not even be theirs. We might not be theirs,
Yeah.
but we just going off what it is now. So the Spurs select Asia Noel.
At 14 for the Spurs, I got Liam McKinley. Liam McKinley,
Ooh.
he averaged 14, well, 15, 6, and 2 assists for UConn last year. He shot about 31% from the three, but he shot 86% from the free throw line. So, the three, and he was taking a lot of tough shots. So his low 3-point percentage doesn't really attest to the shooter that he is. He's a really good shooter. Um, and then he's about 6'6", about 6'6", 6'7". So he can play the forward spot, and you can pair him next to Wemby, and you could have another shooter in that lineup. I think his rebounding, his shooting translates to the NBA immediately. So he's a guy that can help you win now.
Oh, that's not bad. That's actually not a bad pick. Hey, so if they get Harper and him, that ain't bad. Hypothetically,
No,
that ain't
that's not
bad.
bad at all.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
At 15 for OKC, I got them drafting Colin Murray Bowles, the guy from South Carolina. Like you said, his 3-point shot needs a little bit of work. He shot 26% from three, which is terrible. But he averaged 17 and 8. And then the OKC, they have a bunch of guards already. So they need to get some fours on that roster. So I think they go with him. Um, I think they go with him at 15.
No, key, the Thunder don't need nothing.
They don't need
They,
nothing. They
they,
don't.
don't- they just drafted
Um,
guys just because, bro, because they got to. But the OKC Thunder, maybe the NBA champions, maybe. The OKC Thunder select Danny Wolf from Michigan. Look,
hmm.
they needed another backup big. They really don't have one. Like Jalen, not Jada, but Jalen Williams, he's okay. But I think Danny Wolf, what he did last year for the Wolverines, it was good. He could score, he could play make, he could stretch the floor. What is he, 6?
He's 7 foot.
Yeah, he damn near 7 foot. And
Mhm.
especially if they start with this double big lineup going into next year, having another backup big man doesn't hurt them. Then your bench is already deeping up. Why not get a good backup big man to go along with that deep bench? So I got the Thunder drafting Danny Wolf from Michigan. And number 16, the Memphis Grizzlies select Jace Richardson from Michigan State. I think, and this is going after Desmond Bain trade. I think they just need another scorer now with Desmond Bain gone. Who else is going to score for you guys? I think Jace Richardson showed some promise with Tom Izzo. Yeah, I think he started out slow, but then eventually he took off. He took off and was probably their best scorer on the team. Facilitate. He's a decent defender, and I think him going to the Grizzlies with John Moran and Jared Jackson, I think it's a good move for them. So, Jace Richardson to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Uh, for the Grizzlies, I got Igor Denham. I think that he's what is he 6'6"?
6'6",
He's
6'8",
6'8",
one of them.
6'6", yeah, 6'8" or whatever like that. He's a big guard. He can, like you say, he can play good defense. He can move the ball. He can rebound pretty well. He has to work on his shooting though. And I think he pairs well next to Ja. If they decide to start him, because you get more defense in that lineup, so it could take the pressure off Ja having to guard the best guards on the opposing team. Um, and even though he didn't shoot well from three, his mechanics don't look bad. So if he just if he works on it, gets the reps, he should be good. But I think they draft him, like I said, just to pair next to Ja, to have somebody else there in the backcourt to take that defensive pressure off of Ja Morant. Uh, at 17, I got Thomas Sobera, the center from Georgetown.
To
He's
Timberwolves.
listed at 6'9",
Timberwolves,
without
right?
shoes. Yeah, for T Wolves. He's listed at 6'9", without shoes, so he's probably about 6'10" with shoes on, but he has a 7'6" wingspan, and he's 260. So even though he's a little bit undersized, that wingspan makes up for it, and he was really great defensively. He showed that he has some post skill. He showed that he has a little touch around the rim. He can shoot a little bit. And then on top of that, the T Wolves, they need a backup big. They need a backup defensive big. Yeah, they have Nas Reed, but they need another backup defensive big. And then on top of that, that gives them they future center if they want to let Rudy Gobert go, or if they want to trade Rudy Gobert.
Oh no, I agree 100%. I have Thomas Silver too. I'm like they need another backup big because what if Nas Reed it leaves in free agency? What if Julius Randle
Mm-hmm.
leaves in free agency? You just need that rim protecting big once say Rudy Gobert comes out the lineup because we know when he comes out, no matter what you think of him, he's a good defender and you lose that. And then why not get that with Thomas Sober? He ain't 7 feet like 7'2" like Rudy Gobert, but he's still a good defensive big for the Timberwolves. And I think that's what they need. And I do think eventually they actually draft him. I think it'll actually be a good pickup for them. Number 18. Wait, real quick. Who did you have the Wizards drafting? F1 the first time because they got two. So who did you have them picking at 6?
Fears.
I got you. Okay. At number 18, the Washington Wizards select Walter Clayton. Might move up in some mock drafts, but the Washington Wizards get Walter Clayton. I went off this because I was like, they get Con Canupo at number 6. And then at number 18, I'm like, you might need another point guard. Walter Clayton turned up this year, won the championship for the
Yeah, he
Florida
did.
Gators. Has the range. They talk about he can shoot damn near like Steph Curry. I ain't saying all that, but that's neither here nor there. But he has the range, could score the ball, could dribble. He could do everything. And I feel like if Jordan Poole is gone, or you could potentially put him in the backcourt with Jordan Poole, that's what they need. They need another scoring type guard. So the Wizards draft Walter Clayton.
For the Wizards at 18, I got them drafting Asia Noel. Um, I think that they need somebody else to put next to Alex Sarr. He averaged about 15 and what was it 15 and 7 or 15 and 8 at Georgetown. So I think he'd be a really good pickup for them. You get another forward on your roster. Like you said, he needs to improve on his 3-point shooting. He shot like 75% from free throw, so he has touch around the rim. But he's very mobile. He's aggressive. He plays high intensity, and I think that's what the Wizards need. They need a guy that's going to be high intensity, a glue guy, and he fits that role perfectly. At 19, I got the Brooklyn Nets drafting Danny Wolf. 7-footer from Michigan. He can pass, he can shoot, he can like I say, he can play make, he can rebound. He's a 7-footer. I think that they just need talent on this roster. And Danny Wolf is a good big man to replace Claxton if they let him go. Or you could pair him next to Claxton because he can shoot. He can space the floor. So yeah, I got them drafting Danny Wolf at 19.
I was gonna ask, dude, does he start next to him, or you just projecting that Claxton might get traded? That's what I was gonna ask.
It could be both. I could see him starting next to him, or I could see him starting him at center. Like they just need talent, bro. They have no talent
They
whatsoever on
don't.
that roster.
When you
They
go to
just need talent.
Fanspo and look at their stuff, it gets nasty. They got a lot of picks, but man, when you look at the roster, I'm tired of
Like,
seeing
bro,
Jalen Wilson.
bro, he averaged 13, 10, 4, and a block and a steal a game last year for Michigan. So they
I'm
just
so
need talent
tired
on
of
that
seeing.
roster.
I'm tired of seeing Isaiah Whitehead and Jalen Wilson. I'm
Bro, that
tired of
boy
seeing.
Isaiah Whitehead hasn't even. Did he even play last year? I think he
I
did.
don't
He
think he
played towards the end.
did.
He played. Yeah,
Did
he
he?
played towards the end of the year, but he
Did
was
he?
injured for majority of the year, bro.
It gets nasty when you look at that roster. Uh, at number 19, the Brooklyn Nets. I got them drafting Liam McKinley from UConn. I think, bro, it's just like you said. They just need talent. They just need everything on this team, bro. They don't have a lot of talent, so why not? You got, like I said, you drafted with me at least Jakunis. and you get Liam McKinley, that could be probably your cornerstones of the Brooklyn Nets of the future, whatever you think of them. But they just need a lot of talent. Why not get a small forward who did a lot for UConn last year? Could do a little bit of somewhat everything. So, why not? Why not draft Liam McKinley? And number 20, the Miami Heat select Noah S. June.
The
Average.
guard from France.
Yeah, man. The Heat, they kind of need a lot of talent. I think they are kind of lacking outside of like Khalil Ware and Bam. They're kind of lacking the front court on the bench. Has the upside. His finishing ability is really good. What is he? He's I think, did you say it earlier? He's 6'10. And he has the size to go with it. So they just need a lot of size, just need some more talent on that team, because they sometimes they really don't have that much talent on the Heat. So I think drafting Noah Escher would be a good fit for them. It'd be a good fit.
At 20, for the Miami Heat, I got Will Riley from
Ooh.
Illinois. I think that the Heat, they need scoring. And bro, one thing bro can do is he could put the ball in the basket. He didn't shoot that well from three in college, but our offense at Illinois was terrible. We took a lot of threes, but we took a lot of contested threes, and it was just never no synergy on the offensive end. But I think once he gets to the Heat, he's gonna put that work in. They're gonna make him better defensively. He's gonna become a better shooter. The Heat they always develop guys. They always do a great job of developing guys, and I think him going there, he could develop really well. Like I said, he's 6'8", so you can put him in the backcourt with Tyler Hero if you want to. And he's pretty lengthy for his for to be 6'8". I think what's his measurements? I think let me see.
He's
Oh well, he never mind. His wingspan is 6'8", so that ain't that good. But yeah, he's a bucket, and the Heat need scorers, bro. They need people that can put the ball in the basket. And like I said, he's a matchup nightmare because he's 6'8", and he can shoot the ball and he can put it in the basket. So I like Will Howard going to the
Will
Miami Heat at
Riley.
20.
Will Riley. You said
Will
Howard.
Riley at 20 to the Miami Heat. At 21, I got Cedric Coward. He was the guy from Washington State.
Yeah.
There's been reports about him saying that he might get selected in a late lottery. They said they like his defense. His shooting has improved. His scoring improved. And then on top of that, the Utah Jazz, they have a lot of guards over there. They need some forwards. And bro was about 6'6", 213, 215 with a 7'2" wingspan. So I think him fitting that 3-and-D role will be great for them. And then pairing him with who would I have with Ace Bailey, I think them two would be really good together.
Some people said they compare him to J-Dub.
Cedric Coward.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Shout out to the 6 people in the stream. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the video. We are almost done. Then we'll get to our finals. I ain't gonna lie, this is where it did get kind of nasty for me. Once it got to like 22-ish, it got kind of nasty. I ain't gonna lie. It got nasty. But I do actually, at number 21 for the Jazz, I do have Cedric Coward. I think you get another scoring option to go with the Jazz. Look, they need some talent too. They need kind of some talent too. Might as well go over there, go get some buckets, natural athletic forward, and to pair with, who did I have for the Jazz? I had Trey Johnson. So now you bring the scoring over there for the Jazz, and now if you do go into a full rebound, you can bring in the two cornerstones, and they can both go off. But I think drafted another guy that could just score a little bit for them isn't the worst. So yeah, I agree with you. Cedric Coward to the Jazz. Now at number 22, I had Joan Berger, the guy from France, the big man. The only reason I got him there, they need another backup center because the Congo is the guy. Clint Capella isn't coming back. He's a mobile big, can run in the pick and roll with them. And obviously with Trae Young, we know he likes to do that in live threats. So just getting another big man to come off the bench for them, I think that would be a really good fit for them at 22 for the Hawks. So I got Joanne Bergner, center from
Uh,
France.
at who did I had just recently at at 22. I got Nikki Clifford from Colorado State. He averaged 19, 10, and 4 for them. Um, and he shot about 37% from three. He's about 6'5", probably about 6'6" with shoes. So if you wanted to, um, you could put him next to Trey. He's a good shooter. He has nice size. He can rebound. He's like a glue guy. He's a Swiss Army knife. He could do a little bit of everything. So you could pair him next to Trey Young, or if you want to just bring him off the bench, you could bring him off the bench. And him and Jace can be that those go-to scorers off your bench. Now at 23. I didn't know who to pick for the Pelicans if I'm being honest. I think I wanted to say they need some backup forwards to go behind Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. So I put Hugo Gonzalez, the guy from Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Real Madrid.
yeah.
Um yeah, I think they just need a four, so I selected bro for them. I haven't even watched it. I haven't watched this game at all, so I don't know.
No,
I don't know any
I,
around it.
I told you when it gets to this point,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
gets a little nasty. I ain't gonna lie,
Mm,
but at number three, I got the Pelicans selecting Neat Clifford.
okay. Nick Clifford.
I Yeah, I did. I had them picking Neat Clifford. Versatile wing, can score, can rebound. He fit. I think they just need a lot of some more scoring off that bench. He won't start right away, but just more versatile. And then if say one of them get hurt, I think he could step in and play a role for them in the starting lineup until they come back. But just getting more bodies and just more type of like forwards for them. He was good for them. He played where did he play? Then he played Colorado State. Colorado State, you
State,
said.
Ohio
So
State,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think Nick Clifford could be a good pick for them at 23 for the Pelicans. Now at 24, this will be quick. Now this is where I had Hugo Gonzalez. Look, man, the Thunder just draft anybody. They just
Yeah, they
draft
just
anybody.
drafting
And
anybody.
I'm not even gonna pretend like I know bro. I don't know bro at all. I'm just being honest. I don't know bro at all, but I just had the Thunder picking Hugo Gonzalez. Might as well, because I saw one person that said the guys they draft probably won't even touch the floor for
Nah,
them.
they
So
won't. They won't.
so
They won't.
so yeah, I had Hugo Gonzalez to the Thunder.
For the Thunder, like you said, they literally just drafting anybody at this point. But I got them selecting Drake Powell from North Carolina. I think they select him for his defense. He's really good on defensive and offense needs some work. But defensively, the Thunder are all about their big wings and 3-and-D guys who can run the floor, play good defense, and leak out in transition. I think he would with Drake Powell. I think he'd do a great he'll do great at that for the Thunder.
Is it your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay.
At 25, I got Maxi Ronald, the big from Stanford.
Mm.
Um, he's 7 foot, with a 7'1" wingspan. He averaged 2011 with 2 assists, shot 34% from three. And to be honest, I think he's an upgrade over Wendell. You get a 7 footer.
Wendell catch
You
trades.
you get a 7 footer. He averaged about 1.5 blocks last year. So you get a big body down there because bro, I feel like when Wendell's down there, bro, nobody's scared to challenge Wendell. Now you at least got a 7 footer down there. He's about 250. So he's a big guy. You're not gonna just go down there and challenge him. You're gonna think twice. But when Wendell down there, you're gonna try Wendell. I mean, on top of that, he can space the floor, and I think that's what the Magic need. This is like we said earlier, he's I wouldn't say he's Porzingis, but he's Porzingis-esque as far as 20 points. He can rebound, he can shoot from three. He's a big body. That's what the Magic need. So I'm selecting him at 25.
I got the same guy, the Orlando Magic, like Maxine Fanner, the dude, the 7-footer from center. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, they need some size. Why not? This team is a long, athletic, big team. Why not add another 7-footer to this team? And like you said, there is a chance he could start eventually over Wendell. There is a chance. There is a legit chance he starts over Wendell. And he was good. Bro, he averaged 20 and 10 at Stanford. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. I'm like, damn, this dude good.
Now,
So
granted, they competition kind of weak, but
because where they playing now? What conference is it? The Big 10 or is it Big 12? I don't know. That's one of them. That don't matter. But they just needed another backup big man. So yeah, Max Me Phantom, whatever, at Stanford, the center. Now the Nets with these back-to-back picks, man. You want to just say we just pick the same two, like we just go the two guys they pick since they just got back-to-back, that we don't have to just go one by one.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So with the Nets next two picks, I got them picking Rashad Fleming and Ryan Caravan. With Rashad Fleming, you get another offensive guy, that another mobile forward that can play for them. He can shoot the 3-ball real good. He shot 39%. And the Nets, like I said, they just need some talent around this team. So selecting Rashad Fleming would be good for them to pair with Liam McKinley and Kuzkis. The people I got him drafted, and they get Ryan Caravan. You get a 7-foot big man that can rim protect. Yeah, he moves slow. He's not mobile, but he can rim. He can just rim protect, and he can score easily. He got to be like 7'1", 2", something like that. So
he about 6'8". Nah, he about 6'8", 6'9".
He can't be 6'8" for real.
Yeah,
Ryan Caravan?
You said
What?
Ryan Caravan? Oh, Rashad Fleming.
No, Ryan Caravan. No, I'm talking about Ryan Caravan now. The dude from Creighton, the big guy.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he's 7 foot. He's 7 foot.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they get him, who's, like I said, just not mobile enough, but can rim protect and just score easily. He just got to get the ball. Man, his hook shot, man. It was sometimes I watched him. He was like, why you moving so slow? And he can't hit a hook shot. But those are my two picks: Rashad Fleming and Ryan Caravan.
For my 26th pick for the Nets, I got Nolan Terror, a point guard from France. Before the season started, he was projected top 10 to go top 10. But he dropped because he wasn't shooting the ball that well. I think he was shooting like 36, 37% from the field and like 26, 28% from 3, bro. He's picked it up recently with his play recently. But like I said, he was a top 10 projected pick. So I think the Nets just go talent there. They need a guard or whatever like that. So just in case, our boy from Illinois doesn't work out, now you got another guard who was projected lottery. So now you can select him and see what he can bring. Bro, they low-key calling him Killian Hayes 2.0. That is terrible. Yes, bro. Yes, they're low-key calling him Killian Hayes 2.0. Because he could play make. He's athletic or whatever like that. He's quick a little bit. But it's just his offensive game. And he's worked. He's been playing good recently. And 27, I got Rashad Fleming. Like you said, he's an offensive threat. The net, like we said earlier, bro, the Nets just need anything. They need anything and everything. Select the best talent available at this point. At 28, I got the Celtics selecting Walter Clayton Jr. I think they need, once Drew's gone, they're gonna need another backup point. Because I think Drew and Porzingis is gone after the season. But even if Drew stays, I think you can put him in the backcourt with Peyton Pritchard. And they can be your two guys off the bench. He's a great shooter, and the Celtics always like 3-pointers. He fits that mold for them. He's not a liability defensively, and he's a winner. The Celtics love drafting winners. So I got Walter Clayton going to the Celtics.
That's not bad. That's not a bad pick. The Celtics at 28, they select Drake Powell from North Carolina. I think they're kind of lacking when it comes to like the forward side. He's active on both ends, can shot block as a defender. I think they just need I think once Jason Tatum is not there, then once they trade like Drew Holiday or Porzingis or whoever, they're gonna need some depth. And I think their depth isn't like the greatest. Like outside of like Peyton Pritchard, who most likely will start next year, I think they're gonna need some more depth, and Drake Powell can bring that for the Celtics. They just need some more forward type depth, and they need defense. They've been a decent defensive team, so why not just add another versatile defender on the team? Um, the Phoenix Suns. This is where they select Will Riley from Illinois, your guy. Great size, can make the three. He averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, 43% from the field. I just think, and the Suns, I think they just need some more. They're gonna not go into a rebuild, but retool that whole roster. You might as well go out and get another tall guy. What is he, 6'8"? So Will Riley to the Phoenix Suns might be a good pickup for them.
For the Phoenix Suns, I got the guy from Creighton, Ryan Creighton. I got
Right?
yeah,
Yes.
Ryan Cameron. I got him going to the Suns. They need a big. Like you said, he averaged 19-8 with almost 2.7 blocks. So yeah, they need a big, and I feel like he's the best available big at this point in the draft. So, you select Ryan from Creighton. At 30, I got a
Yes.
dude Thero from Arkansas. He averaged about 15, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and then about 2 steals per game. His offense, like his 3-point shot, needs a little bit work. But he's about 6'8", 230. He's athletic, bro. So I think his defense is gonna translate to the NBA immediately. And I feel like he's one of Ty Lue type of guys. You know what I mean? He's a defensive guy. If he's open, he could knock down a three. But other than that, his shooting just needs a little bit of work. And like I said, I think he fits the Clippers pretty well. And I think he's one of Ty Lue guys. So, the type of guys Ty Lue likes.
With the last pick in this FCE NBA mock draft, the Los Angeles Clippers select Noah Pinga from France. Get a guy that can handle the ball, can knock down three, can play all over the court. He probably won't get the tick because the Clippers have a stacked team. But I think Ty Lue just needs one of them sleeper guys that could potentially come in and have an impact on the game at that moment of time. So why not get a guy in Noah Pinga? And that is it for this FCE mock draft. Hey, it was one mock draft on here that had Walter Clayton goes on the Suns.
That ain't. They do need a guard. They need a point guard. But does he start if he goes to the Suns right away?
No. Hell no. If Bradley Beal went there, there's a conversation. He could. No. And
I didn't know he was that small, bro. He like 6'3".
who,
I didn't know
Walter
he was that
Clayton?
small. Yeah,
He
I
was
didn't know
out
he
there
was that
getting.
small.
He was out there
I
getting
thought he was
buckets.
like at least like 6'4", 6'5".
The ESPN one, they had Liam McKinley going to the Heat.
Yeah, I seen that one, man.
You like him to the Heat?
I mean, yeah, because they need talent, but not really. I don't think he really fits them for real, for real.
In the same ESPN one, the Blazers drafted Jakunis. They already got a lot of guards.
Yeah,
This guy from Illinois. Yeah, they already got a lot of guards.
Yeah, they don't need him. They got Scoot, they got Shaden, they got Anthony.
Yeah. Hey, the best pick to Derek Queen won, man, to the Bulls. You actually like Derek Queen to the Bulls? Or you just think it's like
he the best available. Yeah, he the best available.
They just need a big and they need to get
the one I like is that Raptors one. The one from Duke.
Malowatch.
The big man from Duke. I like that one. And then I like OKC drafting bro from South Carolina. I think he'll actually get ticked. Colin Murray.
Oh,
I think
Murray Boyles.
Yeah, I think he'll get. Oh, and I like the Knipple to the Hornets one. I like that one too. I think
they got him moving up. Yeah, in the ESPN they do have him. You think he can move up to the top 4?
Yeah. Only because Ace Bailey did that stuff that he's doing right now. That's legit it, bro.
A VJ to the Sixers is just, I think that's probably locked if they keep that pick.
Yeah, that's locked.
Like that's locked.
That's locked.
That's locked. So basically, after the top 3, that's when it gets to who we don't know. We don't know. Hey, man, Ace Bailey, man, I think he want to go to the Nets, man. Just go out there and hoop, bro. Just go out there.
You think he want to drop that low though?
I mean, the Nets got
I feel like it's
the
gonna
eighth,
be
best
hard
eighth
to.
pick.
I feel like, bro. I feel like it's gonna be hard not choosing him if you the Jazz, Wizards, or Pelicans. Like you gotta choose him
Well, in the ESPN one, they got the Wizards drafting him.
at 6.
Yes, because he'll start, right? You think he starts on the Wizards right away?
Yeah,
He
for sure.
starts.
Yeah.
He'll play 4.
Because what's they starting lineup is Bob, Jordan Poole,
If they keep Chris Middleton probably starts.
Chris Middleton,
Ace and Star.
Ace and Sar. Well, what was they starting lineup before, like last year? Do you know? Let me see. I'm gonna go to it. The Wizards. The Wizards got the 5th pick, right? No, 6th pick.
Wizards are bad. They're so bad.
Yep. They starting lineup was Jordan, Bob Carrington, Jordan Poole, Justice Champagny, Keyshawn George, and Alex Sarr.
Ugh.
Yeah,
He
bro, he
start.
started. Yeah, he started. He started.